Good morning, y'all, everyone. Hey, I don't need these. Right. Hey, who we got here? We got peeps. Peoples. Peeps. I hate that. Well, work from the bottom up this time. We got John Brown. Good morning, sir. How are you? We got Robert Sparkeels. Hello, sir. We got Lockley. What up? We got Kevin. He wishes he could play drums. Hey, man. Buy a drum set. I got one over there, electronic one, because I can't have real ones because they're too loud. Affiliate link below. It's not really there. Nice PR guy. Hey, man. Who else we got? Good morning. We got someone else in here. I missed him. Hank Miners here with coffee in hand. Yeah, baby. Elixir of life. Well, I was messing around with my camera on that last video I did. It's a little not something. Who cares, right? It's the Unscripted channel. Bam! Oh, I missed somebody. Who did I miss? Raven Wolf Retro Tech is here. Hey, man. Awesome. You do it's here. Hey. I don't know if you know this guy. He didn't just fall off the turnip truck. This guy is really smart and does stuff for other people and stuff. Linda's here. Hello. It's noon there. Oh, you must be on the East Coast or somewhere in that. I'm not even going to try it. Oh, yeah. We got Wilderness Hiker is here. Meaning of life is 7. Yeah. I think we said it was 42. Did I miss someone? Hey, I missed Michael Finn, my favorite Irish photographer. Just pissed off all the other Irish photographers. Dan splaining videos here. He's good. He's doing some cool stuff, and I think it's in DaVinci and special effects. Did I do you already? Who else we got? Oh, yeah. I'm here. All right. What do we got? Beatboxing. Yeah, my daughter and her boyfriend are really good at that. Really good at that. Robert Sparkle, nice one. Hello from England. Cyril, welcome, sir. Hey, Richard. Amiot, you're here. That's awesome. Morning. Hey, I'm reading the comments this time instead of just throwing them up there. I'm getting smarter. Good morning. Hey there, Hank. Hey, Lockley. I'm just gonna have real internet soon to be able to do videos again. Yeah. Linda, Massachusetts. I have never been there. I'm gonna take my wife there someday. Hi, Linda. South Jersey exit to New Jersey Turnpike here. Okay, so just a couple of things. I actually have somewhat of an agenda. Doesn't that always sound bad? I have an agenda. Okay. I made the Unscripted channel for members over at the university, mostly. I don't care who comes in. It's not like somebody comes in, I'm like, well, you're not a member of the university. That's not it at all. By the way, any of my family that's watching, shout out, how you doing? Get to work. I just wanted to reel this back in for a second because most of the people here are members of the university. I just wanted to go over a few changes. I wanted to, after I show you the few changes, pointing over here, because over here is a screen. I just wanted to go over a few changes over at the university. I also wanted to talk a bit about your questions and answer your questions you may have. I get emails, tons of emails and questions and comments and stuff like that. I thought it'd be nice maybe just to answer some questions you might have about some of the courses you're in the middle of, some of the courses you've taken. I know some people here have purchased courses and courses. They're courses. Now I know people here have purchased courses, and some of them just did it to be nice. They're not even taking the course. I know who you are. You just did it because you were nice and you want to support my efforts, and that's awesome. Thank you. And all your donations that I already went over, you buy me coffees or you make donations and stuff, and I don't acknowledge you, and I don't say anything because I did that a couple of times, and the people who made donations called me out on it and got all pissed off. And yes, it's the one time I kind of pandered to the small percentage. Anyway, I just wanted to go over the university a little bit, show you a few changes I made, and then I want to go into a Q&A. Any questions you may have about the courses you're on, or anything really, whether it's related, videos, YouTube, filmmaking, etc. And then I want to talk about some of the upcoming courses that I'm working on, trying to get done this year. And then just answer any of your questions. So let me just run through this real quick. Bam. That's not where we're going. Okay. So if you didn't know, let's open this. I have a university. Dirt. Of course I do. Oh, you're not going to do that, are you? Look at that. It's being a butt. Hey, don't be a butt. Look at that. Something's mucked up. Anyway, I have a university. Let's go over here. Maybe this will work. I have a university. It has a bunch of courses on here. Color course, OBS, free files and downloads. That's free. Title cards, lower thirds. That's free. Basics of live streaming. I think it's like $9 or something. The new YouTube Academy, which is my most popular. YouTube Pros, which if you take this course or in the middle of this course, you can sign up for this. We meet weekly. Monitors course, really cheap. I think it's $9 or $12. And hey, if you're going to go buy a monitor, why not spend $9 or $12? I'm not pitching you. You don't have to buy anything here. Why not spend $9 or $12 before you drop 100 or 200 or 500? This is free. 7 steps to great commercials. Mindset of a video editor, I think is free. I'm not sure. This is the voiceover freedom course. If you got on my email, I've done some voiceovers and stuff like that. This guy's the bomb. Of course, we have Curtis Judd over here who, wow, it still says new. Okay. Who let me post his course. He has courses over at his school. Is awesome. Money course, that's going to be remade. The event and wedding filmmaking course by Mackenzie, which is awesome. Front side of the lens, which is excruciatingly long. It has all the data. It's awesome. And that's going to be remade, and donations welcome. Now, a few things you may notice when you go in here. Let's go to this newer course, the Basics of Filmmaking course. Boom. The look has changed, and the only reason I changed the look is because I was bored. Not really. I like this format better. I'm not a programmer. I have a hosting site behind that does all this. So when you go in here, you're going to see different things. I like it's showing me what my next lesson is. I like that it shows me what's completed, and I can review stuff. I just like this format better. It's more pleasing to the eye, and it works on all different devices, etc., etc., etc. And I've changed all the courses to that format. Same with the OBS Master course. Same thing. All lessons have been completed, and you can review, yada, 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 etc. Some of you have been in the OBS course. You may have noticed I did a survey recently of you guys who were in the course. Some answered, some didn't, which is fine. And what I did was I added, hey, what's this? I added and answered some of your questions. Cool. That's the university. That's what's happening over there. There you go. And I like the new look. I think it is easier on the eyes. It doesn't look so retro 1990s, although Retro Tech might be like, no, it needs to look like a Commodore 64. Joking. Hey, Lockley, I'm just going to leave that smile up there, huh? Let's see. I need to go through the course again, though it helps if I actually apply it. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I really like the color course. I don't want this to sound like, oh, I work really hard. I do. I love what I do. The university itself was started about 6 years ago, and the reason why it was started was not to make me money. It was started to allow me to do a long form format. I myself was getting ticked off when I went off to go research something, and I'd get 100 videos, and some of them were good, and some of them were blah, blah, and some of them were just excruciatingly long, and I couldn't sit down and study something like the basics of color or OBS without going through either these excruciatingly long courses and really freaking expensive, or signing up for something like Udemy or Skillshare, which is cool. The problem with that is then Udemy or Skillshare owns you. And that sounds going to sound funny. I own you. In a sense, I kind of own you. And what I mean by that, not in a creepy sense, is I don't want someone else having your information. I have your name, I have your email, and how much you paid for a course, whether it was free or not. Oh yeah, there's also, I didn't cover that, the free files over there. There's a bunch of files you can use for your YouTube channel and sound effects and everything else. All sorts of stuff over there. But I went through there and I was just like, man, like, me, I love the basics. I mean, I don't want to do hey, how to smash your brains into After Effects and blah, blah, blah. I just hate that. And I know many people who are up and coming and they're trying to learn this stuff, need to know the basics. Most channels don't cover the basics and they hit you with words and blah, 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 blah. Okay, enough of that. So that's why I started the university, is to do long form content. So I didn't have to keep not only answering questions, but people could go in and do a study of this and apply this, which is why this triggered me, which is if you can actually apply it. You can take a course, you can watch it, you can listen to it, you can do all that. I'm really trying with these courses to make them so you can apply what you're learning to what you're doing. And if you don't, that's fine. It's optional. People come there, they take these courses, they move on. Great. That's okay with me. You take the basics of color course and you're like, oh, I now have the foundation. I understand it. Now you can move on. You can move on to more advanced courses or more advanced YouTube videos or something without getting blown away. That's the whole purpose of that. Oh, these colors are a bit weird. Speaking of colors, let me move on. Bam. Ravenwolf. I'm now on Starlink. My upload went so fast I thought something was wrong. Yeah, I've heard about Starlink. Mine will be here Monday or Tuesday. Oh, I don't know what we're talking about, though. What's happening? Congrats. You're going to love it unless you're a gamer. It drops several times an evening. Oh, we're talking about internet connections. Yep. Dansplaining, morning to you. Compared to what I have, oh, we're up there, 0.6 up on a good day. Ouch. Hey, look, I'm famous on your screen. Bam, look at you. I need a hat. Wilderness, how to see the world. I need to do all the courses again. Yeah, I mean, you know, you can buy the courses, you can go through them, you can digest them, you can use them. You're going to get some of them smarticles. Cool. You can do them over and over. I have fallen into pits sometimes with my YouTube channel. I've shown guys this before. And I've tried to make these useful for you. My biggest concern is that you're able to use what I'm teaching you. And I don't always nail it 100%, but damn, I try. I mean, the color course and the OBS course, I shot, especially on the color course. I reshot some of those videos like 5 times until I was able to watch and go, okay, this makes sense to someone who's new to it. Sometimes they're a bit, someone mentioned on one of the surveys, like sometimes they feel like I'm saying things over and over, and I am. I'm trying to punch home points, and I'll continue to do that. I'm not going to change that. People learn at different paces. People go through courses. But for instance, if you go over here on my YouTube Academy course, let's clear that for a second. You'll notice up here on my bar up here from the YouTube Academy course, I have the troubleshooter sitting here. Part of the YouTube Academy course is this troubleshooter. And it just goes through and it asks you these questions. There's 52 questions. So when you have trouble with your YouTube channel, sure enough, you're not going to be doing the 21 things that I cover in that course. And sure enough, if I'm having trouble with something somewhere, I go and I run the troubleshooter up. Like after about a week, I'm like, oh, what's going on? I run the troubleshooter up, I answer the questions, and sure enough, there's something I'm doing in there or not doing in there, or I'm off chasing things that I shouldn't be chasing. And it's brilliant. It's not brilliant because I'm brilliant. It's brilliant because when I nailed these 21 things, I spent years doing this and going, okay, all the rest is BS. If you do these, just like any other course, if you do these things, everything else is an add-on. Everything else is more learning. Everything else, listening to these guys who say, here's how you do your analytics and blah, blah, blah. That's fine if you have those basics. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. I go through these again. I like the YouTube course. There was some weird stuff going on my channel. I went through and took the course again, and I was like, oh, I retake my own courses a lot when I have a problem or something. So yeah, you can redo the courses again. It depends. If you're taking the YouTube course because you want the information, cool. If you're taking the YouTube course because you just want to up your game a little bit and as a hobby, cool. If you're taking the YouTube course because you want to monetize it and make a lot of money, cool. I think it covers all those bases. It does not include everything. The last YouTube course, which if you didn't know this, most people here know this, when I post a course and I update the course, I did this with the YouTube Academy course, I did this with the color course, and I'll be doing this with the money course. I want to remake the money course because I made it more for like conservative people. That didn't work. And when I remake those, I just enroll everybody who used to be in it into the new course. That's part of the payment. Anyway, and I try and keep these as cheap as possible. Seriously. And if you object to me making money doing this, well, tough poops. RV Addict. The color course has been baby stepping me through what is needed. So spot on and digestible. I get more knowledge from you daily. Want to move in? Yes, now's the perfect time for us to go move in together. Woohoo! That's just what I want to do, is wear mask all the time. No, hey, thanks. I appreciate it. I know. I mean, some of you guys know and girls know, some of you don't. I don't do this to make money. I do need to make money from my ad revenue from YouTube, my affiliate links, and from my courses. It's a balance. This whole, you need to be a starving artist, that's bullshit. A lot of the people you'll find on your YouTube channels, oh, you sold out, you're now doing it for the money and everything else, are usually people who would scream bloody murder if they were working 40 or 90 hours a week and didn't get paid. So you just ignore those people. I don't do it for the money. I do it to help people. I love to help people, and many of you know behind the scenes with your emails and comments and everything else, I spend a lot of time doing that. I'm not like, oh, you're such a good guy. I just am telling you I love to help people. Anyway, that's why I'm here, and that's what we're doing today. Do smarticles come in a box? I'd love some. It's a joke when I send out my emails. Smarticles, particles, smarticles. Get some more smarticles. I just like it. It makes me laugh. The money course is good to make money. Yeah, hey, thanks. I'm going to remake that. When I originally did the money course, it was targeted at very conservative people, like, people in tech jobs and people who wanted to learn about money and understand money and the basics of money, so that blah, blah, blah. And that's not me. And I love the content of that course and the book and the audiobook, but I'm remaking it. That's not my audience. It just isn't. So the remake on that is going to be pretty much in your face. Sunrise Water Media. Hello, sir. All these people, you're all so cool. Hey, I forgot to check a while back. Do you have Discord? I remember for a while you were trying to set something up. I don't have Discord. I was going to move over to Discord. The people over at the Facebook, Basic Filmmaker University Facebook group, I don't know, there are 400 or 500 members over there now. Why someone doesn't join over there, it's a wealth of knowledge. It just blows my mind. If you enroll in for your paid course, you're in if you answer the freaking questions. There's a ton of people over there, and they have great advice and questions, and you get to post. I have a section where you can post anything. Not anything, but your videos or your channel or what you did or your new camera or whatever. It's a wealth of information over there. There's some really smart people over there. But I didn't do Discord because I realized I was doing the thing I do a lot, which is I jump over into something that I decide to do, and then I just get totally involved in it and trying to blah, 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 and I didn't really have anybody to set it up. A few kind of offered, but then I would have to administrate it, and it's very, I don't know, it was too much. It was too much for me. Maybe one day I'll do that, but the university, the Facebook page, it's working for now. And I don't have the time to devote to that. Maybe one day I will. Not right now. It's kind of like Discord for me right now. I'm not dissing Discord. It's really cool. It's really neat. You can do all sorts of stuff with it. It's kind of like that. What's the new phone? You get together and everybody sit there and you listen to people talk. I forget what it's called. I went in there and I just got lost and I got uninterested and I didn't want to have, here's what I have. And I'm not tooting my horn again, but here's what I have. I have my main YouTube channel, which I need to post many more videos for. In the background, I'm kind of changing it a little bit or going back to basics. I have this channel, which is the second channel. I have a third channel, which I'm going to be wrapping up, which I used when my YouTube thing got hacked. I'm doing something completely different over there. I do have a place where I used to do and will be ramping back up my podcasts. And I have the university, and there's something else. I don't know. Again, I realized at one point I need to back down because I don't have any more bandwidth. So I either need to hire people and pay them nothing, because I don't have the extra money right now, especially after the hack apocalypse, or I just need to focus more on things. My main focus will always be my main YouTube channel, and more so the members over at the university. That's always my main focus. When I find myself wavering, going someplace else, I reel myself back in. These guys are great. The people who are subscribed and view my videos, and the people over at the university are unbelievably freaking great. I had no idea I was going to make that many friends, and I don't mean friends in a quote like bad, just they're great people. They're just great. Anyway, how to see the world. The color course is good. I really need to do it several times. Yeah, I am working on finishing that and wrapping it up. By the way, did I do that? Yeah, I did. Up at the top, that's a link to the university in case you haven't been over there. Oh, I was going to show you something else. There were some questions about this. Let me run over here real quick. If you come over here and you go to the university, you'll see percentages, blah, blah. Sometimes it's my courses. And if you land on my courses, it'll just show the ones you're on. All courses shows you everything. It shows you your percentage complete, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. If you go over there, let's say you jump over to the color course and you're logged in. Well, I think that's how it works. Let's go over here. Here's all the courses and stuff, by the way. There's a lot of stuff over there. If I go to the sales page, you'll notice down here at the bottom, there will be this green bar if you're logged in. This green bar says you're already enrolled in the course. That's how you get there. If you happen to go to the main page, it drops you over there. Boom, you're in. That was a question I had from some folks. Anyway, yeah, color course, I'm on section 5. I'm really trying not, I have this really bad habit of just overdoing it and making a course too long. And what happens is it's unconfrontable and people don't have the time. And there's like 72 lectures, which is why, 12 hours, which is why I remade the YouTube Academy course. So I'm really trying to keep it to what it is. It's the basics of color course. Everything's done up to section 5. And then I throw the comments in here as this walks through. Here I'm going to go through raw, setting your picture profiles to what may be in your camera raw, some drills on shooting and color correcting, a few other tools, how to isolate and correct certain colors, stuff like that. And then we'll get into the color grading. It's probably going to be short. And then some bonus lectures, which I'll throw in there just for you guys. I try and keep a bonus section in there, like the OBS course, where I can answer questions that I find people are multiply answering or asking, stuff like that. By the way, if you have any questions about any of these courses you're enrolled in, courses you're not enrolled in, or what's coming later, or requests, drop them in the chat, please. This is really why I really want to know that. I really want to know that. Hey, we're at 32 minutes. I'm going to try and stop this at an hour. All right, let's walk through these comments here. Smarticle's up here in Canada. Yeah, let's talk about courses. Yes, I am working on it. Jake Sloan's here. Hello, sir. Jake Sloan, sir. Hello. Jake is working on a drone course. Like, I mean, I had one time I had bought a drone. It was the Mavic Pro 2 gold, silver, whatever. I eventually sold it, and I eventually ended up buying the new one, the little mini, because that's all I need. I don't use it much. And I realized there are people out there who really know about this stuff. And yes, I could make a course and learn about it. But this guy, he's got drone stuff nailed. So he's making a course on that. And I think he's going to allow me to be one of the first people to go through it and learn it, which is great. Because I am drone stupid. And he is, like Scott, the man with 5 drone brains or something. I can't wait to take this course and walk through and do this stuff. Yeah. I just started one up. Facebook was driving me nuts. I kind of like it. Oh, the Discord? Yeah. I just don't have the bandwidth. I wish I had the bandwidth, or I wish I had other people to work with me. And I'm going to have to get other people to work with me at some point. I know, because I'm going to peak out on time and my ability to do stuff, and how I spend 4 hours making a crappy thumbnail. And I finally go, I don't know what I'm doing. I need to get other people to do stuff for me. Really, my ideal is I script, shoot, edit, and post videos on YouTube, do these live streams every week for you guys, answer your questions, and make courses. That's really all I want to do. I don't want to make thumbnails. It'd be great to hire someone to answer all my comments, but then it's not me. So I'm like, I'm going through it. I've been through this so many times in so many businesses and studios and everything else, where I have to start handing things over if I'm going to expand, and I hate it. And I've been through it, and I know I should do it, and I don't. So there you go. You just need to find someone to admin it for you. Always good to farm that out. Yeah, totally. I'm going through the same thing I've gone through on other businesses. I really have a freaking hard time saying, hey, I'm going to allow you to post and social media for me. A, that's not me. B, it just opens up a host of problems. I get someone to social media for me, and they decide they're going to go off and post, hey, you should come take the new YouTube Academy. We're running a sale or whatever, and, you could make $1 million. I would just want to shoot the person in the face. Or they just happen to get into something on their own, blah, 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 blah. I'm just not there yet. It's tough because all of these are my babies. I've spent 7, 8 years, 6 years at the university building these up. I know these people, a lot of them now personally, and I just don't want to. The main thing for me is the communication. I don't want to have someone else communicate for me. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. I'll get over it at some point, and I'll say, hey, either grow or don't. If you're going to offer 2x, 5x, 10x products on YouTube, on your new channel, here, and over at the university, you're going to have to start getting other people to do stuff for you. Of course, that means I have to pay them, which, there's a bunch of people out there who apparently think you shouldn't make money at YouTube. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hire those people. That's what I'm going to do. All the people, you're making money at YouTube. You're doing this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hire those people to work for me for free. Brilliant. Thanks, man. Worked it all out. I'm banned from Facebook because I will not upload my ID. Yeah, they wanted 2 forms of federal or state ID. I know, right? They did that to me. They kept, I hope Facebook isn't watching. This is a thing that I did that was a bit dishonest, but it pissed me off. They wanted my license, which I think contains my social security number or something like that. And I was like, no freaking way. So what I did was I took a picture of my license. I think it was my license or something else. I changed my last name to Filmmaker. That's why you'll see Kevin Filmmaker. I don't use my last name. It's too freaking complicated. I've had to spell it all my life, and I'm not going to continue to do that. So I went through and I changed the last name and I scratched out a bunch of stuff and changed it to Kevin Filmmaker, and I put it up there and I went, cool. Somewhat dishonest, but there's no way I'm giving them my actual license. It's not, it's not like Facebook or YouTube, whatever, get hacked and get your information. Anyway, yes, love it. Uh-oh. Ooh, comments, let's go. Discord has some nice YouTube integrations for your community as well. Yeah, I wish. I pay people. I am not the guy who says, oh yes, please work for me and do a bunch of stuff for me and whatever. I know there are some people, some of them aren't here, who have done some stuff for me on mail lists and stuff like that. Some of my animations for this live stream, I crawl through broken glass figuring out how I can exchange with them. I sent one guy a $500 gift card. I sent another guy a couple $100 gift cards for doing stuff for me. I have a really hard time people doing stuff for me for free. I really do, because their time's valuable. Anyway, whatever. This is perfect. I'm launching my first course next week. Tom Buck. Yes, Tom Buck's here. Hey, you should check out Tom Buck. I don't know if anybody cares, like Jake Sloan and Tom Buck and a few other people, but next week, same bat time, same bat channel, I'm getting together with another guy who's way off. He's not even close to what I do. He does project management stuff, and he also has created courses and is selling them, and he's very successful at it. We're going to go through how to do that and what we do. I would love to get together with you and Jake Sloan and a few other people, maybe on a private Zoom call, and just toss back and forth. Maybe you got this nailed. Well, Tom Buck, he's a teacher. Duh. He's probably got this all nailed. But there's a lot of information there after years on, hey, this doesn't work, this does work. Stuff like that. It'd be cool to get on a Zoom call or something and just share some information, and you could take it or leave it. And here I am doing more things that I don't have time for. It's crazy, Captain Jack. Yeah, your weekly email this week made me click on the 41 steps video. You reminded me to learn and learn again how to use my Canon M50 to set manual focus. You reminded me that I can drive a car. So, yeah, Kevin, RV addict. Yeah. Yeah, man, you're learning this stuff. I mean, there are people that are way better at stuff than me, a lot of people, and there are people that aren't. And the way I learn things is I go learn them and I do them. And I try not to just sit there and suck data into my brain that I'm not using. But yeah, I do it over and over. That 41 steps video I made a year ago, I watched it again before I reposted it to Twitter. I went, I ran through the hack apocalypse and everything else. I started making videos again. I like to try and do them off the cuff or from notes or from scripts or whatever. I tried to make this really long video, The Road Go To. I had spent 70 hours on it. I didn't follow my own process, and I ended up scrapping the whole thing and reshooting it. Duh. But yeah, doing it, man. Ivan Remus, hello, sir. Hey, Kevin, thanks for following me on kit.co. Oh, yeah, I do that and I forget. You are officially my first and only follower in kit.co. Oh, cool. Kit.co. In case you don't know, maybe you do. You probably do from the YouTube course. If you go over, where is that? Bink. Hey, bink. If you go over to Kit, they allow you to set up your own little, quote, kit thing. Get updates from a Basic Filmmaker. Get out of here. Go away. I'm clicking the X. It allowed you to set your little kit up, and then you can drive people here, and then they got all your stuff. And I only put stuff on here that I use, and it's changing all the time, but it allows you to give this link. Here's my channel kit. I have other kits, and put your, these are all genius links, put your kit in here. So you can send someone here when they say, hey, what camera do you suggest, blah, blah, blah. You can send them here. And they can go, oh, I like that camera. That was a Jake Sloan recommendation. So was this dude and this dude, which is great. There's the card for it. Here's some lenses. Sony ZV-1. I love this camcorder. There's the Mini 2 I bought, which I love. Here's the action camera. Here's the Mix Pre 3, blah, 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 blah. These are all things I have or do use. And allows people to go over there and go, okay, let me see what I need or want and what I recommend. I do not just throw stuff up here. Some do. No one here, but I've seen other folks, a few, where they just throw links up there of all sorts of crap. But those people I don't really watch anyway and follow, they're just kind of like, ooh, way to make money. That's my thing. RV Addict. If a camera does not shoot raw, do colors get baked in? Will you describe it in the course? Yes, I will. I'm actually going to go into that. Most of our cameras that we have, or people that are watching, do not shoot raw. For real raw. And although some do, you have B-raw, you have these various things like that. I go through all the dynamics of that, what you're buying into, what you're not buying into, when to use it, when to not, and everything else. I also show you how to set, like if you had like a Canon 5D or a T3, how you can get something close to raw, how to color correct that and do all that and grade it. And I also show you why there's a lot of times you shouldn't do that unless you're really into doing that. Anyway, yeah, thanks for asking, man. I use Discord to boost my online gaming skills. I even found a build your YouTube course on Discord. Oh, well, that's cool, man. Nice. Mavic Gold, Silver, Platinum. Good evening. Hey, Grand Tours. Hello from the Netherlands. Thanks for joining us, dude. How to see the world. Get help. I got to say, too, the image quality here is ridiculous. Here? This image quality? My colors are a little off, and so is the position of my camera. Really. That's a Sony a7S III with a 55mm lens. I love the thing. I love it. And, dude, thank you. Every time I watch you and your wife do the, what is it, couples round table or something, or I see you do your videos, I am so freaking jealous. You nail, like, your colors, your background, the lighting. I want that. If I could afford it, and if my wife wouldn't have to quarantine for 2 weeks because she works a different job, she was encountering someone, they have this rule where you're quarantined, I would frickin' fly you out here, up here, over here, and we would just work on my lighting for this studio and the other studio. I am so jealous of your lighting and the way your setup is, dude. Totally. I'm just, out of everyone, I mean, I know a lot of other YouTubers and I watch a lot of other videos. Like, I look at your stuff and I'm just like, oh, he nailed the lighting and he nailed the set. And he nailed the background. And on top of it, just to make me feel bad, you nail the thumbnails. I'm joking. And you nail your thumbnails. You nail your thumbnails. I didn't mean to do that. Seriously, dude. Luckily, I understand how you feel. Captain Jack, Jake Sloan, are you making a course on how to get your FAA drone license? Yes, he is. I don't know if he's doing that. It's for a Zoom brainstorm would be fantastic. Yeah. I mean, I don't mean to be like, oh, here's how you do it. There's a lot of things I suck at. The main thing I suck at is selling, pushing courses, making money. I don't have a problem making money, but selling it, here, you should come here and buy now, and emailing the hell out of people because I hate all that crap. But I do have some experience on doing this for 6 years that maybe you could benefit from, or maybe not. I mean, we're talking to Jake Sloan and Tom Buck. Jake Sloan, you watched his videos, he's like top of the game as far as I'm concerned. There are other people who do drone stuff and everything else. No offense to anybody else. He's the man on that, Tom Buck. He's been an educator for a long time, recently jumped into YouTube and that business full time. Well done, sir. That takes a lot of guts, man. But he's been an educator forever and a good one. So it's not like I'm going to add to that in any way, but I might mention, hey, have you considered this or have you considered that? And it might help you guys. Or you may just be like, yeah, whatever, dude, shut up. I tried using Discord for OBS and Touch Portal. Doesn't seem useful for me. Yeah, Discord thing. Sorry, I got to bail. Hey, thanks for coming by, man. Chores and real life stuffs. Love you, man. Thank you for what you. Thanks, luckily. Hey, Unicorn Cheese. Hey, you are late today. I don't remember you being around. Oh, yeah, I do. Anyway, if you have any questions about the university courses you're enrolled in, let me know. If not, I'll just move on to what I'm planning on doing. I'm really excited about. I was about 20 minutes late. I overslept. Dude. I do the same thing. The first thing I do, like I'm like really busy. I'm really busy. Oh, I work so hard. Blah, blah, blah. You know, I join Tom Buck's stream or Curtis Judd's, and I always miss his because I really try and take Sunday off. And the first thing I do is like, hey, I'm late. Sorry. When I get it this way, I'm like, who cares? When I'm the other way, I'm like, hey, sorry, I'm late. Anyway. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay. If there's probably a 30-second lag on these comments. Maybe, schmaybe. If you have any questions about the university, about any of the courses, or that, then I'll just move into what I'm planning on coming out with. Let's clear this for a second, and let's go over to here. Boop. And let's go over to here. Boop. And let's go over to boop. Here, just to refresh your memory, there's a basics color course. That's a pre-release course by request. I don't like pre-releasing courses. Let's go over here. I don't like pre-releasing courses, but many said, I want you to pre-release this course with a discount and we'll go for it. That's this guy here. If you're like, I don't want to read all the blah, blah, just hit the little button. Whee! It comes down here. You get $20 off, 39 bucks. That's the regular course price. For a pre-release course, what I do is I discount it heavily for people that either want a discount or want the stuff now. And then when I release it, then it goes away forever. That's how I do that on this particular course. There is the OBS course. The whole purpose of this course is to give you this swanky interface. Thank you, Interactive DNA, for the swanky interface, and to just get you up and running and working and everything else. Free files and downloads. There's a ton of people that have taken this. You go into here, when you sign up, there's a ton of audio files. You go, okay, show me the goods. Here's the audio files. That's the full package, and you can download these swishes and waves and cash registers and beeps and dings and do. There's quite a bit in here. I may give more of this. Here's a template for your YouTube channel that you can use to create that. Here's some branding assets. For instance, if you look down here, this little subscribe here now that you can use. I've uploaded my HD bars, tones, bloopers, beep. And then I, turn down the volume of the beep. This is just because that's beeps I use, beep. And you turn down the volume. I have some subscribe animations. This is just a simple animation. It just basically comes up and goes click and subscribe or whatever. This is just a discount. If you need or want to caption your videos, you can. Gear I recommend, Premiere Pro, blah, blah, blah. That's all that is. That's all that is. Let's go back over here. I told you about the OBS. Basics of live streaming. This basically, this is basically, I did this because I was seeing a lot of people. This is not like the OBS course. I was seeing a lot of people come along. How much is this thing? Yeah, it's a whole $12. Woo! A lot of people who were live streaming that I knew and my wife knew, like these yoga instructors and people live streaming and everything else. And it was terrible, or they didn't know how to do it and they were trying to get up. Just basically walks you through. Here's how you get up. Here's what to take into account. Here's some things you can do to look better on camera and stuff like that. That's the only reason for that. Let's just go back to the university. I'm not going to walk through all these courses. Title cars, lower thirds, and more. That's, I believe that's a free course. The only thing for that is, hey, you don't need to have fancy schmancy stuff. You can go in and quickly do things. This is probably my most popular course, a new YouTube Academy, 21 steps. The pros I've already discussed. If you're in that, you can meet with me weekly and a bunch of others, monitors, commercials. This is just, I think this is a free course, like how to edit. This guy's awesome. Of course, Curtis Judd is awesome. This is being remade. This is awesome if you're into shooting events and stuff. This is going to be remade. And of course, donations are welcome. Okay, there you go. If you have any questions about that, fine. I don't see any questions. So we're going to move on. I need to make a compilation of Kevin saying blah, blah, blah. Absolutely. I do that a lot. And a blah, blah, blah. I do that. Epic. Do it. We'll do for sure. Maybe Kevin needs a blah, blah, blah counter for live streams. Hey, that would be cool. Where are we at? Let's see how long I've been live streaming. Looking at the counter. Update, 54 minutes. Okay, we're going to move on to what's coming. Next week, I'm going to get with, I think I mentioned this, I'm going to get with my other friend who does what we do, what we offer on YouTube and on our universities are so polar opposites. And he suggested we get up and just describe, this is why we have a school, this is how we make it work, blah, 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 that may be of interest to you. If you're trying to start a school or you thought about it, or you're like, I could do that. That's going to be interesting. What's happening in the future over at Basic Filmmaker University? I have been toying with, researching, spent thousands and thousands of dollars on editing courses. And I've been talking about this for a long time, and I've been working on this for a long time because, I mean, there are a lot of great people, and they have a lot of, like, some have free 4-hour YouTube channels and how to get up and running and everything else. In my opinion, not to diss any of these guys, I hate them. I hate every one. I've spent thousands of dollars on courses, and I hate every one because every single one of them goes in and goes, hey, here you go. Welcome to Premiere Pro. Now up here we have this, and here are the menus, and we have the bins over here, and the folders over here, and down here we have the timeline. Blah, 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 and the people who are new to this are like, people who are experienced editors are like, okay, I follow it. Well, I'm not doing this for experienced editors. So what I'm going to do on that course, I'm really excited to get this rolling and shooting and done this year, is I have a way where I supply most everything you might need to use in a video editor to get a really bomb video done and edit it from start to finish, which includes green screen work, which includes animations, which includes titling, which includes tracking, which includes editing your footage, which includes rendering your footage, which includes how to upscale your footage, which includes a little bit of color correction in there, which includes fancy smancy things, transitions and everything else. I figured out a way to do this to where you can enroll in this course. Let's say you use Premiere Pro and you can go, good, I'm going to grab this footage, download it, good, and you start. bam, I've created the end video. So as you're going along, you are doing everything in that course and you end up with the same result. And because I just roll into it and get you up and running, by the time you're through this course, you're like light years ahead of anybody who's trying to learn Premiere Pro. Now, since the footage is the same and the end result is the same, you get the same thing for DaVinci Resolve, probably for Final Cut Pro, and I'll probably throw in Vegas and HitFilm and any other editors that people need, because it'll be a different shoot and tutorial for that particular editor, but it will take anybody with the editor they have or the one they're trying to learn. It will take them, and in a very short time, maybe 3 or 4 hours total, it will take them from, I just ran up Premiere Pro, and they're immediately in action doing things, creating things, learning things, with the end of rendering a video. And it doesn't matter what platform it's on. It doesn't matter whether it's Mac or Windows. It doesn't matter what video you're ending up with or trying to learn. You start here and you end here and you end up with the same result. I'm really excited about doing it. It's taken me a long time to figure out how to do this. That I really want to do this year. I don't make money when I remake courses generally. I really want to remake the money course. I think it's of super value if you can grok it. It's just too conservative. The front of the lens course was made 4 or 5 years ago. It's a monstrous course. There's way too much in there. And I really want to reshoot and re-edit that, because there's a lot of great data in there if you're trying to get in front of the camera and make things look good. And some other things that I'm not going to say right now. I'm really trying to get these courses done. If I could just work on the university full time, I could probably get a course out every month or two. I've tried that and I can't. I have to like ditch everything else, and I'm not willing to do that. That's what's coming. Maybe I'll switch to Vegas Pro. Sounds good. I did that the hard way. Novel idea, a course and save hundreds of hours. That's the idea. And again, you know how I make courses, or maybe you do if you've taken the OBS course or the New Color course or the YouTube course. I want you to start. I want you to dive in. I want you to do the things as we walk together down this path. And when you get to the end, you can do those things. So the next time you decide to create a YouTube video or some sort of video, no matter what editor you're using, for instance, you go, cool. You go in there, you do this, you do this. Okay, you got all these assets, do this, animate that, and instead of spending, a week trying to edit something, you spend a couple hours and you're able to post your videos. That's my end goal, and that's why it's been taking so long. Hopefully I don't have to reshoot everything 64 times to get it, but if I do, I do. Okay, maybe not. Sounds great. I love your courses. Hey, Linda, thanks a lot. Okay, I don't see any more questions. I'll give you a few more, whatever, seconds or minutes or whatever, because there is a lag. Let's see what we got here. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, I'm at 1 hour and 1 minute. Well, according to my YouTube-y thing. Yeah, it's about 10 or 15 or 30 seconds or something like that. Thanks for joining me. I know you got a lot to do. I know you have other stuff you could do. I do really, really appreciate you joining me on these Saturday mornings. I wish I could do more of these. There's a lot of people over the other side of the pond, especially there's a lot of members over in Australia and other places where the time doesn't work out. I wish I had the time to do these at a more appropriate time for other people. I just don't, and I apologize for that. Anyway, thanks for joining me this morning. Thanks for coming on the live stream. I was hoping I'd get more questions, but that's cool. Uh-oh, here we go. Have you been taking Jake's course on how to end live streams? I have. I've been watching Jake and Curtis and others on how to just go, okay, we're done. I'm training. I'm learning how to do this. So that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, hey, thanks for joining me. We'll see you next Saturday. Same bat time, same bat channel. If you got any questions, most of you are in the university, send me an email. Ask the question. I spend probably 15 or 20 hours a week answering emails and questions and stuff like that. And I'm okay with that. Really. Thank you, John. Thank you, Linda. Thank you all for joining me. He flunked the course. That's awesome. And hey, we'll see you next week. For your YouTube guys, the pros members, we'll see you Wednesday at 9 a.m. my time, Pacific Daylight Time. And that'll also be 1 hour, I hope. We're trying to promise. Anyway, guys, thank you very much. If it's a sign your courses rock that no one has any questions. I hope so. I hope they're not embarrassed. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you for joining me. I love you people. Thank you so much. I say this in my emails. I say this on the comments. I can't do what I do without you. It's impossible for me to do what I do and be able to do this and survive and everything else without you guys. So, bump, bump, bump. Big hearts to you. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next week, or we'll see you Wednesday. Bye-bye.